Our first guest this morning spent 25 years as the chair of the African American Studies program at Mercer University. She is an award-winning author, speaker, and community activist, and her newest book is called Bridging the Rivers of Difference, a proclamation of unity and resistance. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Catherine Meeks to Live at 9 today. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you for inviting me. I'm very happy to be here.
And yes, I love the bling in your hair. It is everything. But could you talk to me? I mean, the title says so much. What is this book about?
Well, for the last 50 years, I have been doing racial healing work as an academic, as a person who is very concerned about the divisiveness in our country. And I have come to the conclusion that the way we've been doing the work is not the way we need to keep doing it. We need a new conversation. We need to think about this in a different way, because we've been now for all these decades trying to fix our racial divisiveness in the United States. And we haven't gotten very close to doing that, though we've made a lot of changes. So this book is really about talking about the major marginalized groups in the country: African American, Indigenous, Asian, and Latino, taking a different kind of responsibility for our own liberation, taking up the mantle ourselves, and stop trying to think that we are going to get a system to just wake up one morning and say, oh, we've been wrong all these years, so we're going to change now. That's not going to happen. And so I decided to try to talk about what has kept us as minority groups from actually being able to work together, and what might help us to be able to switch that. And that's what this book is about.
So what you're saying is you're not talking about the divisiveness between, let's just put it simply, black and white. You're saying the divisiveness that is amongst what's called marginalized people.
Right.
Okay, and so what does, in reality, racial healing look like?
Well, when I get that all figured out, I'll write another book. But right now, I think what it means is that we could learn to respect each other's experience of oppression. In the book, I talk about playing oppression Olympics.
Oh.
You know, I'm more oppressed than you. You know, people do that with surgery. I lost my leg, you lost your arm, I'm worse off than you. No, you're both worse off, you know, because you lost a limb. So if you're Native, if you're African American, you've experienced a history of genocide, slavery. For Latinos and Asians, it's been a lot of repression around work during the Industrial Revolution. So we're all in the same boat. We are not free. And to try to put that on a scale and quantify it is really crazy as far as I'm concerned. So I'm trying to talk about, let's find a way to cease that conversation and start looking at each other as being in this mess together, and let's see if we can find a way out of it that doesn't require me to have to be always on a hierarchical prefaces, trying to say I'm worse off, so I deserve more, we deserve more resources, we deserve to be thought about as the bigger victims. I mean, when you think about that, that's really not smart, to be trying to decide who's the worst off victims. So if we can get past that and become people who respect each other and come up with developing a common agenda. You know, oppressors have always understood that the most important thing they have to do is keep the oppressed fighting each other. And if you do that, you don't have to worry, because they're going to be so busy fighting each other, they don't have time to really fight you. And so you win by just continuously pitting them against one another. That has happened very effectively in this country.
And so you work with all races on this, all races, white, black.
Right, anybody.
So that's interesting. So you're, at the same time, what is the benefit for everyone, even those who are the oppressed?
So what we have now is, in this country, is more than anything else, is a black-white issue. I mean, every time we do racial healing work, we put it around black and white. We leave out the other groups. And then within those groups, there's friction. You know, black folks don't work with Latinos. Asians don't work with Native folks. So I'm saying that we've got to switch that and get the minority groups to work together.
I do want to get, I did get a wrap. You have some events coming up this weekend, right?
Right.
So I wanted to make sure we got that invitation in.
Well, actually, I am at the
Mullins United Methodist
Church tonight,
okay,
signing my book, and then tomorrow I am doing I think you had to pre-register for the Parkway Gardens Presbyterian Church event, but on Sunday I'll be preaching at Idlewild Presbyterian Church Sunday morning at 10 o'clock.
Okay, you have a lot to share. Thank you so much, Dr. Meeks, for just talking about something that is very hard to talk about. Yeah.
Well, and if we don't switch gears, we're not going to make it as a country.
Wow. All right. Thank you for your time.